Hello everyone, Tina here. I hope your day is going wonderful. I am back again to share with you a card using some pattern papers. I love pattern papers. We're using the Photoplay Papers Pickleball 12x12 collection pack. We're also going to be using the Inside Out Thinking of You. I thought for today's card we would create a kind of like Thinking of You card and then do the inside of it also. And then for my card also, I'm going to create my card base with the Madras Blue cardstock in the My Colors Pickleball Variety cardstock pack. This is a great price point. There's 8 sheets of cardstock in here and there's 4 different colors, so you get 2 of each. And again, these are 12x12. So I was super excited about the pickleball because it brings back memories. We were on a family vacation and there was a tournament, a pickleball tournament, and I thought, my husband said, "You want to go see it?" Really, but it's a cross between tennis, ping pong, and badminton, and I am not so good at any of those sports, but it was so neat to play. So I'm going to create a Thinking of You card, and we are going to jump in and get started. I'm going to start my project by creating my card base with the My Colors cardstock with our pretty blue, and then I'll pick out some pattern papers from our Pickleball 12x12 collection pack. The pattern papers that we're going to be using today are this pretty green net color. It's called Smashed, and on the reverse side there are stripes. We're going to also be using the stripes. Now these are 12x12 sheets. I just trimmed mine down. And then I'm also going to be using Kitchen. I love the paddles on here, and we're going to be using that as well. I already created my card base. What I did was took my 12x12 sheet and I trimmed it at 4 1/4 inches, and then I scored it at the 5 1/2 inch mark. And there was a little bit left over. Let me show you here. But I keep these because these are great because they will fit perfectly on your card base, so I put that back in the pack. But I love the woven texture on here. I don't know if the camera can pick that up or not. Today we're going to make a landscape style card, and I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer and trim down some pattern papers. Creating with pattern papers is so much fun because you let the pattern papers basically do the work for you. I have a panel. This measures 4 inches tall by 5 1/2 inches wide. So it's going to fit perfectly on the front of my card base, but it will leave me about 1/8 of an inch on the very top and on the very bottom. I'm going to go ahead and take my tape runner and we'll adhere this to the front of our card base. Next, I'm going to adhere my green pattern paper right down the center. This measures 3 1/4 inches tall by 4 1/2 inches wide. After we have this adhered, I have a piece of white cardstock. This is 2 3/4 inches tall by 4 inches wide. This is where we're going to stamp our sentiment, and I'm going to stamp it right on the bottom. So I'm going to bring in my stamping positioner. For my card today, I thought we would stamp "Wish I Was There With You." I'm going to stamp my sentiment with my black ink, and we'll stamp it on the bottom, centered. I'm going to layer this white panel right in the center of my green net panel. And then I have a 1-inch strip by 5 1/2 inches. This is the reverse side of that green net pattern paper. This is going to be just above our sentiment here, and it's going to go the length of my card base. Now, I'm going to lower it as close as I can to the sentiment because we're going to bring in some stickers for this upper portion. So I'm going to flip this around and we'll add this just above our sentiment. We're going to bring in the sticker sheets. Lots of fun stickers in the sticker sheet. Okay, I thought we would take the word dink and place it in this upper portion here. But I do want to add some foam tape for a little bit of dimension. So I'll just flip over these stickers. I'm going to use some thin foam strips. I'm going to add it behind our sticker. Now I don't want the sticker to smush down like this. Let me show you. I don't want the sticker to smush down like that. So to prevent that from happening, that's where my anti-static powder or any kind of powder tool that you have would work. This is just going to remove the tackiness off of the sticker. Minus the powder. And then now it's not going to, if it does flatten, the foam will help pop it back up. You can see the dimension here. I'm going to do the same thing to the rest of my dink letters. Now I'm going to remove all the release paper. And I'm going to evenly space the word dink on my panel. And how I do that is take the first and the last letter and then I just fill it in. Wonderful. So we have dimension to our sentiment. Now along this strip here, in our sticker sheet, we have some pickleballs. I'm going to trim this down. Let's see. So we can get all the balls in here. And then I did put foam tape behind this. I'm going to remove the release paper and we're going to add this across our striped pattern paper here. I'm going to put it right in the middle. I did pick out a pickleball paddle and I'm going to place it at an angle. So it's basically floating on top of our sentiment that says dink and also on top of our pickleballs. Speaking of pickleballs, I have one more. I have the blue one that I'm going to replace here, but I'm going to add a foam square behind here for a little bit of dimension. The release paper, and then we will add that for a little extra dimension on our card here. This would be great for a boy or a girl. Now I'm going to open up my card and we are going to finish off the inside of our card. Now since this you could very well write on the light blue, but I'm going to bring in a panel. This measures 3 3/4 inches tall by 5 inches wide. And then I have some leftover pieces of pattern paper that I had used for the front of my card. We'll put these to good use. I'm going to add some adhesive behind my pickleball pattern paper and we'll layer this on the netting, so about 1/4 inch shows, and then I'll add some more adhesive and we're going to tack this down on the very bottom. I'm going to go ahead and stamp my sentiment on here, my inside sentiment, and for that I thought I would just stamp thinking of you, and I'm going to put it right here on the bottom. And for this, I think I'm just going to use an acrylic block here. And I'll just stamp my thinking of you on the very bottom here. That way we have plenty of room to write our message on the very top. I'm going to take this panel and I will flip it over. We're going to add some adhesive and place this on the inside of our card. And I am going to do one last thing. I'm going to add some glaze, some glossy accents over this pickleball that's floating on top of the paddle. And that will finish my card today. Today we used the Photoplay Papers 12x12 collection pack called Pickleball. I hope this gives you some ideas on the inside and outside of your card today. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day, and we will see you soon.